Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 10 math. Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 10 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 10 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter systems of linear equations. The lessons we're going to cover today are solve a system of equations using augmented matrices, solve a system of equations using any method, and then solve a system of equations by graphing. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well, right? Okay, so here I am on the chapter systems of linear equation. Let's just start with the lesson. We're going to start with the lesson that is start solve a system of equations using augmented matrices, right? In the last session we have done with the solved system of equations using substitution and solved system of equations using elimination. Today we're going to learn how do we solve the linear equations using augmented matrices method, right? So let's just start with the lesson. Solve using augmented matrices. The first example is negative 9x negative 7y equals 20, and the second equation is y equals negative 8, right? So first thing is you have to write down the equation in standard form, right? That is, you can have to write the equation in augmented matrices form, right? The equation is negative 7x plus negative 7y equal 20. For the second equation, you don't have the coefficient for x, right? So that means the coefficient would be 0. You can write 0x plus 1y equals negative 8, right? You have to make the matrices. How do we make? Just write the coefficients of x, that is negative 9, then coefficient of y, that is negative 7, and the value on the other side, that is 20. Same way you have to write 0 as a coefficient of x, 1 as a coefficient of y, and then 8. Now what we have to do, we are going to apply different operations on these two rows of the matrices, and we have to solve them, right? How do we solve? We have to convert them into form 1001. This must be converted into form 1001, right? You can see the second row is already 01, right? The second row is already 01, so that means you don't have to do anything with the second row. You have to convert the first row to 1 and 0, right? These are the operations you can perform: swap two rows, multiply any row by a non-zero number, add a multiple to any row to any other row, right? These are the three operations you can perform on them. Okay, now the first thing is you have to make 1 over here, right? So to make 1 over here, you can divide this row by -9, right? Here you can see that you have -9 times -1 over 9, -7 times -1 over 9. You are dividing whole row by 9, right? That is 0, 1 and -8. So 9 and 9 cancel out, negative and negative makes it positive. So you are left with 1, 7 over 9, 20 over -20 over 9, 0, 1 and -8, right? Now you have to make 0 over here, right? So what you are going to do, you are going to, okay, now what you are going to do, you are going to multiply the second, you are going to multiply r2 by -7 over 9 and then add it to equation number one, row 1. Like here you have 1, you are going to add, here you have 0, 0 times 7 over 9 is 0, and then you have 7 over 9, you are going to multiply this 1 by 7 over 9, so -7 over 9. So here you have -20 over 9, you are going to multiply this with 7 over 9, so that is 8 times 7 is 56. You have 56 over 9. So you have 0, 1 and 8 here, right? So you are left with 1, 7, 7 over 9 minus 7 over 9 makes 0, and minus 20 plus 56. That makes 56 minus 20 is 36 over 9, right? 36 over 9 is 4. You have 4 here and -8. Here you have -8. So you can see here now you have 1001. So the values are, that is actually the solution of the linear equation, that is 4 and -8. That is the solution of the equations, right? Okay, let's just start with the test questions. You can have a look on the tutorial by yourself. They are already solved. So I'm going to start with the first example. Just listen to me carefully, right? So the first step we have to do is we need to write them down and in the matrix form, right? I'm going to solve this question on the board. That is y equals 7x minus 3y equals -17. So x minus 3y equals -17 and y equals 7. I think, hold on, let me just confirm. Okay, so we don't have the any coefficient of x over here, right? That means that is 0x. So you can write it as 1x and plus -3y equals -17. Now the first step is you have to write down the augmented matrices, right? So the coefficient of x is 1, the coefficient of y is -3, and you have -17. Then here you have the coefficient of x is 0, coefficient of y is 1, here you have 7. So this row already 0 and 1, right? Here you already have 1. This one you just need to make 0. So what you are going to do, you are going to add 3r2 and r1. You have to multiply this row by 3 and then add it to the 1, right? That is 1 plus 0, -3 plus 3, -17 plus 21, right? So you have -17 plus 1 is 1, 3 minus 3 is 0, 0 and 1, 21 minus 17 is 4, right? So that means the system solution of the linear equation is 4 and 1. Got it? The correct option is 4 and mm, Hold on. 4947. Hold on. 4. That is 7. Sorry, not 1. Here it is 7, right? So the correct option is 4 and 7. The solution of this system of equation is 4 and 7, right? So the correct option is 4 and 7. Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, let's just do one more. That is x equals negative 8. 6x minus 5y equals negative 8. Okay, let's just write them down in the augmented matrix form, right? So for x it is 1, then for y it is 0, right? Negative 8. Then you have 6x negative 5y negative 8, right? So this is already in the form 1 0. Here you have to make 0 and here you have to make 1. First we are going to make 0 over here. So you have to multiply the first row by 6 and then add it to R2, right? Subtract it from R2, not adding, because 6 minus 6 makes 0, right? That is 1 0 negative 8. So 6 minus 6, negative 5 minus 0, negative 8 minus 6 plus 6 times 8 is 48, right? So that is 1 0 0 negative 5 negative 8. 48 minus 8 is 40. Now you have to make 1 here, right? How do you make? You can divide 1 over negative 1 over 5 times R2, right? You are going to multiply the second row, divide the second row by 5. That is 0, negative 5 times 1 over 5, negative it is, and 40 times negative 1 over 5, right? So that is 1 0 negative 8 0 1, and 5 times 8 is 40 again, negative 8, right? So the solution of the system of equations is 8 and negative 8. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? That is 8 minus 8 is the solution of the equations. Yes, negative 8 and negative 8 is the solution, right? You can see here. Negative 8 and negative 8 is the solution. Okay, so you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Okay, so the next lesson is you can do the word problems on your own, right? Solve a system of equations using any method. Now it's up to you which method you are going to use, right? You have learned three of the method. They are substitution method, elimination method, and augmented matrices method, right? So whatever method you can find easy, you can use. I'm going to start with the test questions, right? You can have a look on the tutorial by yourself. Okay, so the equations are 5x minus 2y equals negative 1. 5x minus 2y equals negative 1, and negative 5x plus 4y equals negative 13, I think. Let me just confirm. Okay, so basically, like if you look at the coefficients of the equation, then you can easily find which method you are going to use, right? So the easiest, you can see the coefficients of the variable x5 and negative 5, right? So the easiest way to use is the elimination method, right? Simply add both the equations, 5x minus 2y negative 1, negative 5x plus 4y negative 13. So simply add 5 minus 5 0, 4 minus 2 is 2y, negative 13 negative 1 negative 14. So when the two equation have same variables, you can use elimination method. That is the easiest method you can use. Y equals negative 7, right? Now substitute y equals negative 7 in any of the equation and calculate the value of x. 5x minus 2 negative 7 equals negative 1. 5x plus 14 equals negative 1. Hold on. Okay, so 5x equals negative 1, negative 14. That is 5x equals negative 15 and x equals 3. So here is the solution of the system of equation, that is 3 and negative 7. Got it? The correct option is 3 and negative 7. Okay, let's just do another example. The correct option is 3 and negative 7, it is right. Negative 3 and negative 7 is the solution, right? The next one is 3x plus 3y equals negative 18. Then 3x minus 3y equals 12. Again, you can see they have exactly same coefficients, right? So the easiest method to use is the elimination method. Simply add the equations. 3x plus 3y equals negative 18 and 3x minus 3y equals 12, right? Plus minus, this is cancel out. 3x, 3 plus 3 is 6x, negative 18 plus 12 is negative 6. So x equal negative 1. See, you have the value of x, and now substitute the x in the any of the equation and calculate the value of y, right? So 3 times negative 1 minus 3y equals 12. So that is negative 3 minus 3y is 12. Negative 3y equals 12 plus 3, that is negative 3y equals 15. So y equals negative 5. So the solution of the system of equation is negative 1 and negative 5. Got it? Okay, so the correct option is -1 and -5, right? The next one is 5x plus 9y equals 1. Now, in this case, you are given the value of the one variable. The easiest thing method to use is substitution method. Simply substitute x equals 2 in the first equation and you can have your solution. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 9y equals 1. 9y equals 1 minus 10, that is 9y equals -9 and y equals -1. See how easy it is, right? So that is the thing you have to see which method you are going to use, right? That is very important. Sometimes the question is very easy by using one method, right? And if you apply the other method, it will be difficult for you to solve. So basic thing you need to learn here is which method you are going to use. So the correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, -3x plus 2y equals 12. Now here you have the case, no variable, the variable don't have any similar coefficient, and also you with the method you cannot use like easy to use substitution method. You can use augmented method this way, right? So the augmented method is we'll do eliminate solve substitution method, right? Use the second equation x equals -19 minus y. Substitute in the equation -3 -19 minus y plus 2y equals 12. That is 3 times 9 is 27. 57 plus 3y plus 2y equals 12. So 5y equals 12 minus 57. -45 it is, right? So 5y equals -45, y equals -9, right? Now you can substitute -9 here and calculate the value of x. X equals -19 minus -9. That is -19 plus 9, so that is -10. So the correct option is option number 2. That is -10 and -9 is the correct option. Got it? So one thing I forgot, if you have the linear equation, you have four ways to solve. The first one is solve by graphing, solve by substitution method, solve by elimination method, and solve by augmented matrices method. Got it? These are the four ways to solve the linear equation. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Okay, the next one is solve a system of equation by graphing. So now we're going to learn how do we solve the equation by using graphing, right? Just look at the first example, that is y equals x plus 2 and y equals 6x minus 3. So you use the first equation and calculate the y-intercept. This is the y-intercept, right? 2 is the y-intercept and this is the equation. The coefficient of the x variable is the slope, right? So here you have the slope is 1. That means you need to move up right and up one and right one, right? So use the y-intercept and the slope and make a line, right? Same thing you have to do with the other equation. Let's just start with the test question. Leave it. You can have a look on the questions by yourself later today, right? Okay. So for the first equation, let's just calculate y equals -x minus 2, right? So the y-intercept is -2 and the slope is -1 over 1, right? So y equals -2. Here is the point, and the slope is move left one and down one. So here is the 2 points, right? No, you have y-intercept is -2 and slope is -1, right? So here is -2, right? Move left and up one. Okay, just look at the second equation. The slope is y equals the y-intercept is 1 and the slope is -2 over 1, right? So y equals 1 and -2. Move down to left 2 and up 1. So basically this is the point of intersection. I think that is -2 and 1 is the correct option. That is the solution, right? Let's just see the options. Hmm. Let's just see the solution. Okay, move down one and right one. So you can see you have to make both the lines on the same graph and you have to find a point of intersection, right? Okay, so for this one, the solution is 3, -5. The next one is y equals -x and x equals 6. X equals 6. So y equals -x, right? That means the slope is 0. Sorry, the y-intercept is 0 and the slope is -1, right? So that means you need to move down one and right one. So you have 2 points here. That is the y-intercept is 0, so that means that is the origin. And you have to move down one and right one, so here is another point. So just make a line. For the second one, that is x equals 6. So here is the line x equals 6. Let's just make them on the same graph. So here is the solution, that is 6 and -6. Got it? Okay, let's just see the next one, right? So for this one, the solution is 6 and -6. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? Okay, so y equals -2x minus 6, right? So just look at the first equation. The y-intercept is negative 6, right? And the slope is negative 2 over 1. That means you need to move down to, you have to move right 2 and down 1. You have to move right 2 and down 1. Just 1 minute. I'm a bit confused. Down 2 and right 1. That is, so for the first one you have the y-intercept is negative 6, right? And the slope is negative 2 over 1. So that is right 2 and down 1. For the second equation, the y-intercept is negative 4 and the slope is negative 1 over 1, right? That means right 1 and down 1. Let's just make these two lines, right? So y equals negative 6. Then you have to move right 2 and down 1. So let's just make a line. Okay, for the second one, y equals negative 4. So here is the y equals negative 4. Then you have right and down. So here. So just either they have, I don't know why I cannot make straight lines on the board. So that's why let's just see the solution. So the point of intersection is at negative 2 and negative 2, right? The correct option is negative 2 and negative 2. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 10 math. The chapter we were working on is solve a system of linear equation, and today are solve the system of equations using augmented matrix method. Solve the system of equation by using any method. And the one I have just finished is solve a system of equation by using graphing, right? So please make sure that and you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more, simply click on the live chat where tutors are available there to help you. So that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.